Hi, Rob here from Humble Web Design, and a warm welcome to this short video where I'm going to be introducing you to a great piece of software called WYSIWYG Web Builder. Now if you're here and you're watching this video, you're no doubt got ideas about building websites and putting together some online stuff, but you lack the technical skills in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, etc. to make it a reality. Well, WYSIWYG Web Builder is a complete web design package which is drag and drop. You don't need any coding skills whatsoever, and it does all the technical stuff for you so that you can focus on your design and the user experience and the graphical user interface, which are important aspects in web design itself. But if you haven't got WYSIWYG Web Builder, I urge you to pop along to their website. The address is at the top left there. Go to the download page. You can download a copy that's fully working for 30 days. If you like it, the good news is that it only costs $50, and I say it's incredible money for it's incredible value for money. So download WYSIWYG, and then when you've got it, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using it to build this page here, which forms part of a web design. As you scroll, you'll see that the picture in the background there at the top scrolls at a different speed to the rest of the page, so you get that parallax type feeling about it. And we've got our menu at the top, which is transparent, and then down here we're going to be putting in a gallery, where if you click on a picture, it will load in a light box. And here is there's a picture of Cleethorpes Pier, Cleethorpes being where I live, and it looks better than it normally does on that picture. And then further down the page, we've got an image where if you mouse over it, it changes. And we've also got a news ticker to highlight special offers and deals, and I'll be showing you how to put that in. And finally, we've got our footer. And yes, that is my phone number. I've got WhatsApp installed on it, so if you want to send me a message on WhatsApp, I'll certainly get back to you, but don't expect me to reply when it's 3 o'clock in the morning in the UK, because that ain't going to happen. Anyway, what we're going to do in this first tutorial is we're going to create the header, and if we've got time, we'll also do the footer as well. But we'll do the header with the menu, and then in the second video we'll look at the content of the page, and then in the third video I'll take you through the contact section, where we build a contact form complete with a capture to stop you getting spam, and a contact form which loads up into a light box, and is quite a cool way of displaying it. So let's crack on and go into WYSIWYG Web Builder. If you're familiar with Microsoft Office applications, then you'll find WYSIWYG Web Builder great, because they also use the ribbon system of features at the top of the screen. And also down the left hand side are the individual tools that form your toolbox, but these, as I say, these can also be accessed from the ribbon at the top. And over on the right hand side of the screen, you've got the Site Manager, which just gives you a visual interpretation of your website and all the various pages and sub pages that you may have. And then there's the Properties section at the bottom right. every item on your web page will have properties. The web page itself has properties, and we'll deal with that first. So let's start our new application, and we'll do it by right-clicking on the web page that we've got, which by default is called index because it's going to be our home page. So right-click, and on the context menu select page properties. And then we just fill this in. So a page title, I'm going to call it Humble Web Design. You can call it whatever you like. It would help if I didn't have the capitals locked. Try that. And I'm going to change the width. The width by default is 970 pixels. I'm going to change it to 1020. Give it a bit more width, and we don't need to change anything else on here apart from where it says do not center this page. We're going to say center horizontally. I'll make it look good, and that's all we need to do for page properties. Favorites icon. You're probably familiar with these. They're the icons that figure in the top of the browser tab. Most websites have them these days, and they're simple enough to create, and you can. I've popped one in with the assets. Oh, come on. Oh, I've gone non-responsive for some reason, but anyway, it's arrived. So that's the favorites icon. And if you're doing an application for the Apple iPad or something like that, you can put in a touch icon as well. So there's the Humble Web Design icon, and that's all there is to that part. So that's our page properties done. Now let's deal with the issue of the top menu and logo area, commonly known as our header. What we're going to do is we're going to put a layer on the top there. If you're familiar with Photoshop or Illustrator, then layers won't be a mystery to you, but if you're not, don't worry. On the Insert tab at the top of WYSIWYG, you'll see Layout, and that will drop down into some options here. On the top you've got Layer, so click on that and you can drag out a layer on the top of the screen like so. Oh, it needs to be a bit bigger, does it? Yeah. And then we're going to access the properties for the layer. So let's double click it, and it brings up the layer properties. Now don't put a title in there, because what will happen is when anyone mouses over it, the title of the layer is going to show up, and that just looks a bit crap. We don't need to change much here. We're going to change the opacity from 100 to 60, which gives a nice effect, and it's a content box. And here on location and size, the mode, we're going to just drop that down, and we've got an option here for docking layer. So we're going to take that because we're going to dock it, and then we've got another option now come up, dock mode. And if we click on the drop down, we're going to dock to the top, and we'll OK that. I tell you what we haven't done, we could do with putting a shadow on it. So if we double click it again and go to box shadow, blur 3, offset 2, and I'm going to change from black to dark slate grey. There, that doesn't look too bad, does it? And if we preview that, if you go up to the top, left hand corner of WYSIWYG, you'll see there's a number of buttons there. There's the undo, redo, save, preview and publish buttons up the top there. So just click on the preview and you can see in your browser we've got a line going across the top of the screen there with a bit of a shadow attached to it. And the name of our web page is displayed in the tab along with the favorite icon, the favicon. So that's good. We've done that bit. Let's put the logo in, and then we'll do the menu. So staying on the Insert tab, go to Image, click on Image, and just draw out a rough image of your logo. You can use the Humble Web Design one if you haven't got one to hand, or you can use your own. It's entirely up to you. And double click that to bring it in. As you see, it needs to be resized, so we just bring that in so it's a nice size, and just center it up a bit so that looks good. Okay, that's good. Now the next thing is the menu, and what we're going to be using is something called the CSS menu. So on your toolbox on the left hand side, if you scroll down to navigation, you'll see that there's an option there for CSS menu. If you click on that and then click on your page, you'll get 4 items for a menu come up. You can add more, you can take them away, it doesn't matter. If you double click this menu, then you get into the properties, and here we're going to edit these. So item 1 becomes home, and we won't bother about any of the other stuff, we'll come to that later. I need to refresh what's on the menu. About us, services and contact. Okay. About us. Services. And contact. Okay, and as you see, on the right hand side of the menu options here, you can add more. Just click on add, and you could just put it in, and you can also remove as well. So really self-explanatory how to use it. We'll just have a look at the style, because there's 1 or 2 things we don't want. We don't want any borders, for instance. So we just go there, see there is a border, we get rid of that because that just looks rubbish. And go to the main, go to text. So on the main menu of the style tab, we're going to go to text, and then I'm going to select a different font. I'm going to go for Verdana because I find that easier to read. Again, I'm going to change the color to dark slate grey, take it away from the black. A hover color, we'll give it a color for when somebody hovers over it. Let's have a nice green. I think we can do a better green than that. That's better. And we'll change the font size to 16. And the width we're going to change that to 150. So no, we don't have to change that. That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, click on OK. No, it wasn't OK, you see, look, because it's all scrunched up. But there we are. We just go back to style, and we will change that in the sub menu to 150 pixels. That should do it. No? Oh, bear with me. I'm supposed to know what I'm doing here. Here we are. In style, width, it's currently 80. You change it to 150. It should be fine. Yeah, there we are. And then you can just grab that and drag it up to the top. You know when you're on the layer because the layer will have a blue line around it, and then you can center it up along with the logo like so. And now if we preview, there we have it. Bit ugly with the background changing, so we'll just do something about that. Go back into WYSIWYG, double click on the menu, go to style, and we go to background, and we don't want that hover color, so we'll just set that to white. So that'll just change. Of course, we could turn it to transparent, actually. That would be better. So yeah, go to background and just change it to transparent, and then we won't get that awful color block come up on it. And now if we preview it, it should look a lot better. Yeah, I see. As you mouse over, it turns green. But that's all we've got time for on this first tutorial. In the next tutorial, we'll be looking at putting in the parallax image that we've got on the top of the screen here, which are really trendy and give a great effect. You can see the transparency of the header set at 60%. It does give a nice texture to things. And then we'll be putting in the gallery with the lightbox and also the mouse over. So we'll be doing all that in the next video, and the video after that we'll walk through how to create a contact form with capture system, which is delivered to you in a lightbox. So that's good. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.